evening. This is Carla, and I am in the United States near Washington, D.C., and I am here today to speak to Luigino Bottega from Italy, but he has been living in Budapest, Hungary for the past 17, 18 years. He'll tell us a little more about that. And he just finished writing a book. And I believe it's out. And we will learn about his book also. Having said that, let me remind you that this show, like all of my shows, is sponsored by the Institute of Peace, which is an online organization promoting peace one conversation at a time. Luigino, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it right, but can you please introduce yourself and tell me how to pronounce your name if I don't have it correct right now?
Sure. My name is Luigino Bottega. And Luigino means little Luigi, because Luigi is more famous in Italy, like name. But Luigino in Italian language means the little Luigi. Because, of course, when I was a child, everybody called me Luigino. My mother wanted to call me Luigino. Okay, I'm Luigino. And bottega means, in Italian language, it means shop, the shop. It means the little Luigi shop. This is the translation in English. And first of all, thank you so much, Carla, to having me here. And always talking with you is some inspiring moment for me, and I like absolutely to share with you always some good thoughts. Let me to tell something about me. Yes, I'm one Italian that I live in Budapest. I'm in love with the city because the city is amazing, beautiful. Here I found, let's say, my place, my balance here. The city is in the right size for me. I can meet easily friends. There is a good international community here, and you can find a lot of activities from culture, sport. The environment is very important for me. Where I live means that because the environment influences your mind and what you think. And yes, I like to be here and to express myself, my talent, my passion in my life. Because my mission in life is to empower and foster people to lead their own destiny. And through this, I do mentoring. I wrote this book. The title is How to Win at the Game of Life, because I think that in some way we need to express our bliss, our inner prophecy, I call it in the book, and win in each of us in his way this game. I like to use this metaphor of the game and the life. Life is a game, because really, if you can look around in your life, everything is like a game. And also, it's better to see in this way because it's beautiful to play the game. The feeling to be always a child and play every day the game of life is beautiful.
Okay, we play the game of life every day, and I agree with that. Can we go back a little while? You said, I want to go to the meaning of your name again, because it's very interesting to me. Luigino. You said that's a shop. Can you explain that meaning again, please.
Yeah, Luigino is a little Luigi, and the family name is Bottega, and Bottega is in the translation from Italian to English is shop. Probably the origin of my family, my ancestor, they have a shop, and is this happened, that I have this interesting, let's say, family name. And yeah, there is if you go to vacation in Italy, you can see my family name everywhere because it is a bottega of this, bottega of that, because bottega means shop, it means that, yes, this is my name.
Was your dad a shop owner?
Sorry?
Was your dad a shop owner, or what did he do?
I know my family. I tell you, I come. My family. My father was a farmer. I think maybe in the past, I don't know how many generations before. Maybe we had some activity with some commercial activity or some shop. But I grew up in the countryside. I was really, talking about the game of life. When I was a child, I was so connected with the nature. I was in love with this play jumping on the tree, running on the grass. This kind of feeling when you are so innocent and connected, yes, with the nature, with the animals. Yes, I remember my childhood was, what I can say, very happy in some way, innocent, and for sure I was a very creative already on the beginning, because when you are a child and typically I was alone, because I was in the middle. I was really far away from the downtown, the city, and I was involved to imagine a lot of situation. I was creative person. Imagine the army come. It's, when you are a child, you imagine everything, and I build my toys, because I took some pieces of wood, I create my toys, I was in this way very autonomous to create things. And probably this is why I was always in my life interested in creativity. I like, for example, photography. I was a graphic designer in my life. I invest my talents also in some business to invent a business model. And of course, my book, for example, is a mix of course, of text, but I feel it also with sketch. I draw down the idea. The idea of the book is in the book you can find visual metaphor of the concept that is inside the book. Means it's a good mix, and yes, I like also to draw. Yeah, I'm a creative person, and I think that we need to be creator in life, because we can only to express our abilities to create things, to imagine and create things for a better world for us and for the others. This really is very, for me, what means success. Imagine and realize a better world for us and for the others.
What? Now, did you start out as a business person, or how did you start out with your career?
My first company, my first company was one little software house and graphic production company, and it was 18 years old, and me with a friend, let's say we create this little startup several years ago, because yes, in the 80s. And we create graphic software animation for the big screens that, for the stadium or for events. And yes, I enjoy a lot, because at that time, was the beginning of the era of a computer. No, it was the first Apple computer, and it was a little bit too geeks we are geeks to write down code and create graphics together. It was incredible at that time. For us, everything was possible. With them, really, we put a lot of passion in these activities. But this was only the beginning, and of course, through this experience, I developed several activities and also in communication sector, for companies. At the end of the 90s, my company was specialized in creating online communities for multinational brands. For example, we was involved to work with Ferrero. I don't know if you know this brand. We create the online community of the lovers of Nutella. Or, for example, we created the online community for Aprilia. This is a producer of motorcycle. Or for the lovers of soccer, we worked for Diadora, different brands. And at the end of the 90s, we create this kind of platform where the people can meet each other, exchange.
Luigi, we can't hear you. What happened to your microphone? I cannot hear you.
Do you hear me now? 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you now. Make sure that you keep your mic on. Go on.
Okay, yes, maybe the line sometimes can be up and down. Yes. And yes, in the 90s, I created with my business partner these online communities for multinational companies. Yes, and after I extend my activities in the event organization sector, I create a network of event organizers in Europe. I collect also this experience, because it's very important also to have a direct connection with person. Is not only to be only online, but offline is very important, especially today, that we are too much distracted from the digital world. Especially today, we need the human connection. We need to create moment where the people can meet each other and exchange hugs, especially hugs. We need a lot of hugs. And of course, I continue to work for communication in political campaigns. Yes, because also I was interested to understand and work this sector. And after 50 years, I collect a lot of thought, a lot of ideas, and yes, and one day I decided to share with know-how, with the experience, with people, and to support people that want to know more, to accelerate the process to grow. And this is the reason why I do mentoring for person, some kind of life coaching also. Yes, and the book for me was a tool to organize from one side experience, but also to create some kind of template, easy template to let the people to be inspired to find their own destiny, and of course, and to win at the game of life.
Now, when you first came to Budapest,
yes,
were you in business or were you writing at that point? What were you doing?
Yes, at that time, Hungary was not part of Europe, means the EU, well, and was the 2001, and I was always curious to know this country. I met a friend in Italy that suggested me to visit the country. I saw Budapest. I was, for the first moment, I was in love with the city because it was so amazing. And that time I decided to open a part of my Italian company in Budapest to sell this kind of service, online communities for a multinational company. And the first 2 years, I was really busy in traveling up and down, Italy, or manage all the company in Italy, the client in Italy, and after this for 2 weeks, and after other 2 weeks in Budapest to develop the Hungarian company. But was really very complicated for me because it was not easy. I traveling a lot and was not easy. This is the reason why after I decided I decided to be only in Budapest, and it was a right decision because I was able to have more control of my life, because if you spend too much time only in running your life, and maybe sometimes also too much focus in the business, but not in the quality of your life, maybe you lose the direction. And probably that time I was too much focused was not in balance, but I was too much focused in business. And I was able to decide to keep back some time for myself, and to be more focused in only in some things, in some more important things, some priority they connected me with my values. And yes, and now I can see that my daily routine, my daily protocol can permit me to be more in balance. I invest 1/3 of my day to study new things, and of course also to share this with other person that what I learned, and especially why not to create a good community of people that want to fulfill their life for a better world. I like to be useful, and this is my core.
That's not a problem. That's a good thing. Are you still doing a business in Budapest, or are you?
Yes, because I like that don't to be bored, from life. Of course, I together with mentoring and to write. Also, I organize event, in a social event, networking event here, and also I do some consulting marketing for companies that are interested to grow here. For example, foreign company that want to enter in the local market, I can support with some strategy, communication strategy, and yes, through my skills, my experience. Means that event organization, consulting, marketing, mentoring, these are my 3 areas where I am involved in my practical activities.
So you are doing business. What kind of? Yes. I'm a little confused about the type of business you're doing now. Are you doing event planning, or?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I organize events, social events, typically monthly social event where all the expats in Budapest can meet together and have a good moment to make new connection and to meet old and new friends. And of course, if some company also asks me to organize some corporate events, some event for his company, of course I have all the structure to organize a very good, amazing location here in Budapest, this event. But don't forget that I have also one activity that in marketing consulting means that I divide my time in this way. It's marketing consulting means I support company that are interested to open the company in Budapest and grow in different field. I support this company with my marketing consulting to develop the strategy, how to communicate in better way and to enter the local market, but also, yes, event organization and of course, mentoring and life coaching. These are 3 areas where I'm involved today.
So those are your business. You have 3 businesses.
Yes, exactly.
How did you find time to write a book?
Good question. Yeah. I don't know if you already wrote a book, but really write a book take a lot of time.
I know.
Yes. One of my favorite speaker and leader is John Maxwell. I don't know if you know this.
I know.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I remember that one day somebody asked him that how you are able to write so many books, and John Maxwell told this person, yes, 1 page by day. If you need to write 1 page by day, and this idea was here in my mind, and really I use this technique every morning. Just woke up and I take my tea, study a little bit, enter in flow in this mood, and yes, 1 page by day, and after 1 year you have a lot of pages. Means that yes, is Carla, that in everything what we do in life, if you want to achieve big result, you need several little steps, one after one, the others, means that, yes, I collect a little effort every day. I was committed in this project, and at the end, I was able to have in my hands one good book, I like to touch the book, the book means that, yes, it's a very amazing experience I suggest to everybody to have in life.
How long did it take you to write your book?
The complete process was 3 years. Means that the first year I collected all the ideas, general ideas about life. I wrote down notes, my sketch, because I have this visual memory. I like to write down the idea with like a comics. Is because for me it's more easy to remember what was this idea, and I collect all these ideas. It was 1 year, 1.5 years, and after I was thinking how I can find the common point of all these thoughts, and come in my mind this metaphor: the life is a game, and I collect all together all these elements, creating this journey. Because we are the hero of our life. This book is like a journey, and the journey of you to discover where you play the game, how to play the game, how to win, and at the end, how to become hero of your life. This is what I can say, these are the chapters of the book, mainly is divided in this way. Means that, yes, the third year, I was totally focused on the book. I was less involved in the other activities. I decided to take something like a sabbatic year for myself. And I was, the third year was focused only on the book. It exactly was the period of this situation that we had a lot of time for ourselves at home. And this facilitated me, of course, to be more focused in everyday activities. And exactly 1 year ago, the 10th of November, 2020, I made the presentation of the book and all the friends and the people that was interested to know more about this concept, this idea. And yes, and I enjoyed a lot all the process of 3 years of work.
Now, did you publish the book recently, or when did the book get published?
I published the book the 10th of November 2020, and is a self-publishing book. Means that I create everything that the people need online, because I create this website. The domain is www.winthegame.life, and there I collect also useful information, because the book, inside the book, there is a lot of QR code. Let's open one page. There is a lot of QR code inside, where the people, through this QR code, you see here, they can go more deep on the content, because we have today this lucky opportunity to have a lot of video interactive content online. Yes, I collected these pages of the book with material that the people can find online. For example, TED Talk or some lecture that are connected with the topic that are inside of the book. Means the book is like the door to enter in more deep information, several more information that the people can find online through this QR code.
What made you decide that life is a game? How did you come to that conclusion?
Yes, interesting. Eh? You know, I was stimulated from this conversation that several scientists and let's say leaders talk about this reality. Okay, you know, there was somebody say that this reality is like a virtual reality. You know, it's like a simulation. Some old traditions, they say that this is like a dream, you know, it's like a dream of the life. No? This topic about this simulation theory or all this kind of topic stimulate me to go more deep, but it's true or not? No, we are really in one virtual reality, one simulation or not? There is some scientists, for example, Tom Campbell, that I like his point of view that this is a virtual reality. And yes, I like to be stimulated for this talk. And yes, one day I say, okay, interesting idea, let's go more deep. And yeah, I try to find some kind, if there is some kind of proof that is where we live here is me and you, we are some kind of avatar or some kind of unit of consciousness in space-time, you know. And I was curious to go more deep, and yes, I found some kind of pattern about this, and it's written in the book. But I don't want to reveal some secret, some spoilers of the book for sure.
Why do you think life is a game? People take it very seriously when they don't have money to buy food or they can't do things. And you're saying life is a game. How are you changing people's thinking?
You know, when we talk about game, we think about the child or when we was child and we play the game, something that we are super happy, is without problem, something like this. Yeah, but in reality is how we see life that define life, how we see reality that define our reality. If we see that everything that happened to us is a lesson that we can grow, and we and also that don't take too much serious. The things means serious in the way that that we are worried, we are afraid of something, we are full of fear for the future, or we are anxious of life. This is not good for us. And really, if you look, our life and the game is really, there is a template, there is the same kind of connection, because in every game there is rules, and of course also in life there is rules. The rules of physics, rules of the societies, rules of the game, rules of the life. In all the games there is the player, and of course also in life you are the player of your life. In all the games there is goal to achieve, and in life also we need to have goals to achieve, because otherwise time go and you don't realize nothing. No, we need to have goals in life. In all the games there is strategy how to achieve this goal, and of course also in life there is strategy. And of course, if you want to win the games, you need to play. And also in life, you need to play, not only to have good ideas, but don't take action. No, we need to take action. Means life and the games are really, there is a perfect connection. It's a perfect metaphor to use the metaphor of the game in life.
Okay. Is there anything that you would like to leave our audience with?
My little suggestion that for sure each of us need to think if we can win or not at the game, at this life. There is a prize at the end. We can win or not. Okay, if it's the prize at the end, a trophy, a prize at the end of the game, of this game of life, which prize is for us, for each of us? It's very important that we ask every day the why of things, the why of our life. We need continuously to ask to ourselves the why of our life, to understand if the meaning of life, the purpose that we have, is exactly our mission here. Because only to express this in the best way through our abilities give us joy in this journey. And yes, I suggest to everybody to be curious and to be creator of one amazing life for yourself and for the others, because this game is a shared game with all the others, and of course with the nature.
Okay, I want to thank you for speaking with me today, and I want to thank the Institute of Peace for supporting this conversation. And we are going to end the conversation. And I want to thank those who have watched. Do you want to say any last words before we wave goodbye, Luigi?
I can say arrivederci a tutti e tanta felicità, means see you soon and a lot of happiness for everybody in Italian language.
Okay, thank you. And we're going to wave goodbye. Can you wave goodbye, please?
Ciao.
Thank you. And we are going to go